Okay.
Oh, he's trolling you. He's trolling you. Okay.
All right, guys, we're going to begin with an opening statement from Coach Jack, and then we'll take some players. Miss Allison Murray, she won the hard hat tonight. She joined us on the bench. She works over at Hendricks Chapel as a vice dean.
Assistant dean for student assistance.
So she joined us. She's very special to our program. I'm sure Coach Jack will talk about it a little bit in her opening statement. So we'll take questions from the student athletes after Coach Jack's opening statement. Dismiss student athletes, and then we'll take questions from Coach Jack.
It takes a village to raise a family. My mom taught me that growing up. We were a Bible-fearing family. And I brought that to our team. It takes a village to raise a team. And we have so many people that work in behind the scenes that help us with our team. And Lieutenant Colonel, right here, has so many responsibilities at the chapel, at the church, at the university, for her husband, for her children. And in the toughest time of our season, she volunteered to help us take care of some business. And she didn't have to do it, but she raised her hand like she's done many, 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 many times. So this basketball game is a microcosm of life. And how you do anything is how you do everything. And on this particular day, it would be just wrong of me not to recognize what she is, what she's done, how she's served our country for over 20 plus years, all the things her husband has done for our country. Is so bigger than the game of basketball that can bring me to an emotion. This woman right here, she will stand up for anybody and everybody on this university, and it's a privilege to sit next to her at this moment.
We'll take questions from the student athletes.
Layla, first game scoring over 20 points in a couple seasons now. How does it feel?
Definitely feels pretty good. Went back to my mid-range game, so it was pretty good, but it definitely couldn't have done it without my teammates having the faith in me and pushing me. So.
And you mentioned the mid-range game. Is that something that you went in today focusing on, or just kind of came naturally?
Well, Coach Casey told me I can't shoot a three, so until I make a mid-range, so kind of put me in that position. So I thank him for that, honestly.
This is for Layla and Dominique. Both of you guys season high tonight. Over the course of the first 3 games of the regular season, how have you guys improved your chemistry with each other and the rest of the team?
I think just practice, honestly. We talk about practice just as a team. We want to come in and just kind of dominate practice, and we want to replicate practice into games. And so I think just our mindset defensively is where we want to start. The first 5 minutes, we try to, come out with a lot of heat to make the team uncomfortable. And I think, Layla and I both agree, defense is where we kind of get started for both of us. So I think over time, just having that mentality as a team and then just, continue to grow, I think it just kind of naturally grows together. But I think, like I said, that defense really just picks up our offense, and that's how we become really aggressive throughout the game and just feel like a lot of momentum.
Yeah, definitely what she was saying, but also just feeding off of each other. Dom came out pretty aggressive too, and I felt like just being able to feed off of that, seeing your teammates go out there, it helps a lot. So.
Layla, you mentioned that Coach Casey said that you can't shoot a three until you make a mid-range first. Has that been a point of emphasis within the coaching staff to try and get you guys away from three while more towards mid-range and paint scoring?
What do you think, Coach Jack? Yeah, it has been. It's been an emphasis, I feel like, because my game, I've never been a three-point scorer. And I feel like I was trying to be like Sophie and Maddie. So I had to go back, take a couple steps back. But yeah.
Speaking of Sophie being a three-point scorer, how good did it feel to finally get that first three ball go down this season?
Yeah, it was very nice. Just to have, I could hear the crowd, get really excited for me. So to have everyone there, the bench, obviously everyone was really excited for me to finally make that. So it obviously helps with the confidence a little bit. Sure. And, I know that my coaches and my teammates have full confidence in me to keep shooting. So.
Sophie, obviously, Dominique and Layla are new. At what point did you kind of realize that, they kind of got it?
Honestly, since the first practice, they've just brought really amazing energy from the first practice, and that's really what I was looking for this year in the team. So yeah, from the first practice, I mean, obviously they're super talented. I feel like that's pretty obvious, but it's that energy that they bring that's really infectious and has helped the team a lot.
For all three of you guys, a new season high in points tonight. Just what about, was it looks from that you were seeing from the defense, or is anything in particular you really thought made the offense churn really well tonight?
I think as a team, personally, it was like like I said before, like defense. So I think I just try to get going on the defensive end. Honestly, just was being aggressive, taking whatever the defense gave me. I try not to come into the game predetermined on what I'll do, and just be aggressive on points of attack. Coach Jack runs great sets to where, opens up shots for our shooters, opens up drives for us as point guards or guards, gives us post looks. So there's always these different options that we can take advantage of, and it's just being aggressive. But like I said, I think I'm really more focused on our defense. I think we need to be better defensively. Obviously, it's great that we scored that many points as we did, but we need to be better not allowing as many points because when we play better teams, we got to be able to be more disciplined and take more pride on that end of the floor.
A couple more questions for student athletes? Or not? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's take questions for Coach Jack. Justin.
Coach, what made Layla so appealing to you when, you found out she was available to get in the portal?
Well, I was at USA Basketball. I was one of the members that selected the team that she made, and you knew she was great at Michigan, and you never thought there would be a possibility of her leaving Michigan. Then she went to Texas, and when I heard that she was going to be available, we went 100 miles an hour trying to figure out any way that we can get in touch with her. And this guy named John Tay, you ever heard that name, number 2 for the football team? We contacted him. He said he thinks he knows her a little bit. So we communicated with him, and she was available. And it was down the stretch. It came down to 5-6 schools, and she kind of believed in what we were sharing and how she can lead this team to where she's already been on numerous occasions. And so here we go.
How influential was Jonte in that process?
I don't know. I just know at the end of the day, it was myself, her parents, and a conversation. They got real serious, and we don't just grow athletes here. We don't just grow students here. We grow the whole cab, which is the character that they instilled in her when she was at high school and home, and I promised that I would do the same. And so I think at the end of the day, it comes down to the parents and her believing that I was the person for her, and everybody else had somewhat of a say.
Just so I have it right, so Jonte kind of helped you connect to get in touch with her?
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what was the game plan? You guys forced 28 turnovers this game. What was the game plan coming into this one to create such havoc?
We had 20 at halftime, and we didn't do a good job, enough job. That's why I called a timeout very quickly. They got excited because they forced the timeout. And that's something coaches really kind of put their hat on. But I had to call that timeout because I had to reset who we were and what we're trying to become. And I think they got the message, and we knew that we could have stopped the bleeding early. But I've been want to work on our player-to-player defense as we move forward in our season. And so I was playing stubborn coach for a little bit and didn't want to come out of our player-to-player, and they forced that hand as well. So kudos to them. They really made us make some decisions, and we're going to get better at watching this film.
Coach, I know Friday after that 27-point fourth quarter, you said you wanted more intensity defensively all the way through the game. What did you see tonight on that end?
We got better, but not nearly enough, and different people stepped in and did some different things. I thought Journey played great. She came in and got intense, and Cooper really was just a heady player. I thought she did well. I thought Angelica played okay, not nearly as good as she could have played, but our starters really did a fantastic job, and I really love coaching all of them, but I thoroughly enjoy coaching Sophie, and I just want her to really start embracing the fact that she's a chosen one. Go out there, make mistakes, fly around, laugh, and have a good time. Right now, she's carrying the burden of something too much, and she's bigger than a jump shot to me. She's bigger than defender to me. She's a complete player, and she has a real chance if she continues to just relax a little bit and play this game a little bit more.
Coach, Uche had a career-high 17 points.
It's
today.
the ugliest 17 points I've ever seen. This kid can score 30 points easily if she just stay out of foul trouble, right? But she doesn't understand that even to check in, she doesn't remember to go to the scorer's table. I mean, like, come on, Uche, I don't know what they do in Japan, but I think everybody has to check in. And then she gives me this kind of stare, but she's such a fun kid. And I just, we're going to, I was a psych major, and we have to Pavlov's dog her. We got to keep telling her, force middle, don't touch, get your hands up. And we got to do it to nauseam, because eventually it's going to be like a horse and getting held by a little string in a rope, right? But it's not there yet, and it's going to take what it takes, and it's going to take as long as it takes, but she's worth the wait.
Coach Swofford mentioned how one of her biggest challenges so far this season is getting her new players to gel with her old players. At this point in the season for you, how would you say that's going with your squad?
We lived in New York together, man. We these young ladies, they do TikToks together. But this is one team, one heartbeat. We're good.
This was a season high as a team for you guys, but it was also the most points you guys allowed as a team. Did the focus on offense impact the team defensively?
No, and I don't ever focus on offense. And so I don't know who was supposed to not focus. Who was she? Tell me so I can sub her out right now. No, we focus on our defense. That's what I do. But we're pretty athletic. We're pretty good. They can score the ball if we remember what way we scored the ball. Like, Layla lost her way a little bit. Coach reminded her very sternly that get to that pull-up, and because no one can stop it. I don't care who you are. No one stopped it in the Big Ten. Nobody stopped it in the SEC. You just got to don't leave what you're great at, So I think that we can score the ball, but I concentrate on defense, and them giving up that many points, that bothers me more than anything.
So last week, around this time, you guys were 1-3 to start the season. Today, you're 3-0. What do you credit the most for that turnaround? Defense. And once we recognize that the head coach is about defense and the staff is about defense, the pedigree to win is about defense, once we really absorb that and fly around and trust and things of that nature, I think we're going to be a pretty good team. And what happened last year is so far behind that I don't even know who we played. And it has to be that way, because in order for us to be great, we can't keep looking back, because you might run into a wall. And that's not our goal this year. Our goal is to run through a wall to get what we think that belongs to us, and that's championship banners. Thank you so much for all you do.